Lovely.
Hey, welcome back to From Scratch Ranch and our Modern Farmhouse build. Jason here. And our mechanicals are done. Yep, all of the rough-in of our electrical, our plumbing, the gas lines, and HVAC is complete. Well, but mainly complete. There's a few little odds and ends that need to be taken care of first before the next phase, which is going to be insulation and drywall. So before that gets in here and covers everything up, I want to take care of a few little odds and ends. Now, rather than calling the trades to come back in, like the framers and electricians and whatnot, to make these changes or these additions, I'm going to go ahead and do them myself. My builders agreed. These are things that I can just tackle myself. And so I'm going to do it. So let's get to it. All right, we're going to start in the downstairs bathroom. This is a full bath. This is in the service area or mudroom area, and it's got a shower pan down here. Now, this bathroom is 5 foot 4 inches deep, and the standard tub or shower is 5 foot. And so that means that there's a 4-inch gap between the wall and this shower pan down here. And that's by design. It's in the plans that way, where this needs to be furred out or another wall built behind that to block that out. All that scrap wood I had out there is mainly 2x6s. So I'm gonna rip all those 2x6s down to an exact 4-inch or whatever the dimension is here to fit that perfectly. So that'll use up that lumber, and then I'll also be able to create our niche in there for like the shampoo bottles and stuff like that. So I'm gonna build that into that, and it's gonna be a 4-inch deep niche. All right, since I did all that rough regrading around the house here, I moved, all of the stuff out of the way to clean up so I can do that regrading. And so all that stack of scrap lumber that was sitting out here in the front, I moved over here to the tree line. Back over here, along with some of the extra mortar and whatnot that needs to be picked up still. So I've got this pile right here that we're gonna dig through to find the lumber we need to frame out that wall behind the shower. This is a lot of scrap lumber that was used for scaffolding and whatnot that was torn down. So it's filled with a lot of nails. So I'm gonna have to remove all of those nails also where needed. So yeah, it's a little bit more effort, but it's free, it's here. I need to get rid of it anyways, otherwise it's gonna end up being burnt, because I'm not gonna throw it in the dumpster and waste space in that dumpster. I'll just burn this in a big bonfire. So for this bottom one, I want to angle it out just a little bit. So I'm gonna go with that right there. And just make sure that this is tilted back now. Okay, and that'll allow water to drain off that as it slopes towards the front. All right, so for this niche here for the shampoos and whatnot, this needs there's gonna be a back, a piece of Durock or something back here. So it's got a nailer of this stud that's already here behind it, but I need something over on this side. So I just have a scrap piece of wood that was cut off from those other pieces. Just put that back here like this, nail it in, and we should be good to go. That should be good. Now there's something to screw that backer board into. Okay, so now that I got the new wall there's a couple things I still need to do. So because of this new wall, I need to put a new nailing board here. So I need to squeeze in another 2x whatever back here on this corner behind here, right there. And then also back in this corner, so they have something to screw the backer board in there. And then also right here on this corner, another stud here, so that way there's something, because the backer board for the tile is going to come out to here, screw into there, and then the drywall over here. So I need something right there between those two studs. So I've got a couple 2x6s over there. I'm just going to throw those in there, nail them in. We should be done with this bathroom. All right, now we're heading into the master shower here in our wet room. And what we've got is the controls on this side of the shower, and it's kind of elongated this way. And that back wall there is where I want to put the niche in, and the tile is all going to be tiled. And so I want to do a long horizontal one here, and it's going to be 48 inches or so in between, that one stud over here, this stud, like right here, all the way over to this stud here. That's 48 inches and 16 inches high. So that should be good. I'm gonna cut all that out and box that in. And I don't have to worry about this being a supporting wall or anything. These are all floor trusses above that span the entire length, so it's not a supporting wall, so I can easily cut those out, box that in, no problem. All right, there it is, perfect. I love it. Now on to the next one.
Oh, I didn't know you were in here.
Yep, come on in.
I saw there's a doorknob.
Well, I put that on, yeah, so it would latch. So the wind wouldn't blow it open. Look at that color out there. That's pretty wild. Sunset.
Is this the doorknob that's gonna be on the door?
No. It's just a temporary doorknob. I had that laying around, so I wanted to put it on there.
Yeah.
All right. So your bathroom, shower. What do you want to do?
Let's see. Well, we definitely, of course, wanted the cubbies on the back wall, and then we needed as much storage as possible, or as a female, I need as much storage as possible.
Storage?
Well,
storage in a shower?
Somewhere to put my stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a lot more that a woman has in a 3-in-1.
Okay.
You know?
All right. I just never referred to it as storage. All right.
What? So originally we were thinking 2 kind of square cubbies on the backside, but it's like, too much work.
Yeah.
So then we're just gonna connect them and make it more of a longer rectangle, and it will be easier for the tile guy to tile. So.
Yeah, I think because you're gonna have glass doors, you're gonna see it.
Yeah.
I think I've seen some that go like all the way across, like horizontal, big, long, all the way across, and that looks really, really cool. So we'll have to cut this back. These studs right here. This is an exterior wall, and these are 2x6s. So I think what I can do is I can just notch those out to fit a 2x4 into. Yeah, and then we'll go probably 36. So all the way, yeah. So from like that stud right there, all the way past that stud to about right there.
Wow.
Cool. Are you gonna help me?
Yeah.
All right, let's get to it. All right, so we didn't get it done last night because we ran into some problems, daylight and time and everything. And also, this is a supporting wall, so the rafters up there. So we got to think about this a little bit differently. And unfortunately, the insulators came and insulated this wall. This is where they started of all walls. They had to start on the one that we needed to work on. So I've been thinking about it, and what we need to do here is we got to put a header in, like if this is a window. So we got to build a header, which includes jack studs, king studs, all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna have to build this completely out, like as if this was a window to the outside. It's not as bad because this is a 2x6, and we're gonna only go the 3.5 inches deep, like a 2x4 deep. So it's still gonna have some material on the back on these 2x6s to hold all of this temporarily and put that header in, and all of those studs. It should work out fine. So right across that line, right there. So like straight across here. I don't want to like this whole thing to fall out though, so we got to be careful like how we do it. I'm not sure how this is going to work. And we don't have to go all the way back, but most of the way. So that's not really working, is it?
It's not really cutting.
Yeah.
It's kind of pushing. I mean, maybe like if you.
So we just got to figure out how to.
Do we have a bag that we want to put this in, or just let it go?
No, just let it go on the floor. Because we're not going to fill it back in the spot.
Okay.
So and then
down
to this line right here.
Alright.
Yep. Let's just remove all that.
It feels so wrong.
Well, they're coming back tomorrow, so if we mess something up, I'll just have to redo this wall. Looks good. All right, Makayla, I think we got it. That same one there.
Lovely.
She went up over in that corner there, just to kind of get it in there, yeah. All right, Makayla and I just finished that niche back there in the shower. So now what I want to do is put blocking in between the studs where I plan on potentially, screwing something into the wall where I need a stud, or where it would require, drywall anchors. For example, toilet paper holders, towel racks, things like that. I want to make sure I get a big piece of wood in between the studs there, so it doesn't matter. I don't need to use wall anchors. I can just screw right into a big area, anywhere I want to put it. So for example, right here, we are in the bathroom and here's the toilet. The toilet's going to be right here, and this wall right here is probably where we're going to put the toilet paper holder right here. So, I could put it back here on the stud, but that's actually kind of far back on the toilet there. It's probably going to be somewhere in the middle here. So instead of using drywall anchors here, I'm going to put a 2x8 right through here. So I can just find that 2x8 and just screw it in wherever I want. So I'm going to do that everywhere in the house where I think I'm going to need to screw something into the wall like that, put that blocking in. Paper holder is about 32 inches. So if I go from the floor up about 32 inches or so, that's going to be probably right about there. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm just going to center this 2x8 block, and you can use a 2x12 to make it even bigger, right here like that. Get that nailed in. just like that. And that's gonna be a lot easier to screw that toilet paper holder into. So I've got a ton more to do. Let's get to it. Finished putting that blocking in, but noticed over here the stud, the framers forgot to nail it into this other blocking behind here to secure that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that for them. Looks like it's a little warped too. So I'll bring that in and there we go. All right, here we have the sink area. This is gonna be a nice big countertop vanity area in the bathroom, one of the bathrooms in the bedroom. And so probably right here on the right side of this, you know, there could be a big mirror here, and it's probably we're gonna have a towel rack, right? And so that towel rack is typically, I don't know, maybe around 62 inches or so up here, mounted like right about there. So that's where I'm gonna put this block in, right about there. Yep, just like that. Okay, same in this bathroom, except now it's gonna be on the left side because it's kind of opposite, symmetrical. I mean, this is just something so easy to do, you know, if you're doing new construction ahead of time, and to make your life so much easier, you know, in the future when you go to finish this thing out. So I mean, I highly recommend, you know, if your builder's not doing this, do it yourself. You know, add these pieces of blocking in just to make your life so much easier later on. All right, so I got all the blocking done a little bit ago for the TV that's gonna go there. I want an 85-inch flat screen TV to put up there. Yeah, that's gonna be pretty awesome. Kristen doesn't want that so much, but you know what? The wall is big enough, the room is big enough. Football is about to start, you know, and she can watch movies, stuff like that. It's gonna be nice and big. But one of the issues is the power. The electrician had put the power up there, which is what I want him to do. And then over here is the internet. That's the you know, LAN cable, because I don't want to go Wi-Fi for everything. I want to be hardwired for whatever I can. But what's missing is power down here. You know, if we put some kind of piece of furniture down there below the TV, I want to be able to plug stuff in down below there. Now, they did put an outlet over here and an outlet over here next to the door, but nothing in the middle behind that piece of furniture. So like my Apple TV, I want to plug in or something like that. So what I want to do is put a box down here, a new box, receptacle box, and just run a new wire right down to that. So that's kind of the termination point right there of that one circuit. So I'm just going to drop another wire from that down to another box down below, and that's the new termination point. So they'll be able to make that connection. No big deal. So you can see they did mark it for this box to go here, but it says move up there. I think they misheard me. It was more add. I wanted to add that. I wanted to keep one down here.
In the town on the hill where the apples grow, church bells ring every hour or so. I took a little walk just to see the ships coming in.
Okay. Come down here.
Right
cut off
above the highway,
with enough slack here.
black, blue, red, yellow, golden skyway. Just like the day that you jumped into the wind.
All right, now just to tidy this up, I've got these clamps here.
These old muddy sheets don't walk in street. Someone's bride buying new
All right, well, that's a wrap on this project, and it's really, really late. And I work a full-time job, so it's late into the early morning, actually, of the next day. So I got to get to bed. But I got all this done perfect. The insulation crew is going to be back tomorrow again to finish out all the insulation. So that's why I had to stay up and get all this done tonight before they covered everything up and make it a lot more difficult for me to finish this up. So glad I did it. It's all done, all the blocking, all of the niches for the showers and electrical that had to be moved, all done. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And until next time, keep living the dream.
I sit here lonesome for you. There's a million things I would rather do instead. I know it takes a lot to change a worried mind.